Oh, nice headline. Just feel free to either cheer or pile on. That's true, though. Dodgers win. Padres lose again. I'm going to ask Dodger fans to network with all your followers and tell them to join this podcast because we want to hear what they've got to say in the fans forum segment. Plain and simple, the Dodgers do what the Dodgers do, and that's write checks, defer money, and get marquee free agents. This historically might be the best haul of any major league team in modern times in baseball free agency. Dodgers beat them in the playoffs, the Padres. Dodgers beat them in the offseason in free agency. For the third time in 3 months, they paint Japan Dodger blue in color. Now they go get Roki Sasaki. Sasaki, $6.5 million bonus. The Dodgers made 2 trades right at the deadline to get more international money and paid $6.5 million on top of the fact that they're going to control this pitcher for the next 6 years. Did the Dodgers do something illegal? Hell no. Dodgers are just proactive and creative. Then, if that was not enough on what they did overnight Friday into Saturday morning, then on Sunday they signed Tanner Scott, Padre setup guy and closer, $18 million per year over the next 4 years. They sold Sasaki on a lot of things. They sold Sasaki on Dodger history, Dodger legacy, the World Series ring that Dave Roberts is wearing. They sold him on their relationship with other great Japanese, Korean, and Taiwanese pitchers. And then what clinched it was they showed them the documentation that since the arrival of Ohtani, the Dodgers have added 16 corporate sponsors, and the next incoming Japanese great player would get a portion of that type of corporate money as bonus money to the minimum contract he's going to get. And think about this. In the fall, when John and I were doing this thing about the playoffs, Dodgers had 3 healthy starting pitchers. The Dodgers, as of this morning, have 10 potential starting pitchers who've thrown games in the rotation with success in Los Angeles at Dodger Stadium and in the National League. And now they add Scott to what is really a deep lefty-righty bullpen. And this winter, they got Snell, they get Roki, they get Scott, they got Conforto, the left fielder, they got Ha-Seong Kim, the second baseman, the Gold Glove kid from Japan, and then they re-signed a whole bunch of their old guys led by Teoscar Hernandez. This is really special. That's a brutal headline, but it's true. Dodgers win. As for the Padres, do you know as of lunchtime this Monday, the Padres acquisitions for the Major League roster include a catcher who was hitting 119 and a utility outfielder hitting 103. That's all the Padres have done in terms of established major leaguers added to a roster in which they've lost players during the course of the offseason. Now, granted, they have signed 13 minor league free agents, including 3 pitchers, 10 everyday players. At the end of the day, there were 7 pitchers at the end of last season, John, that they're obviously counting on to bounce back from injuries or substandard performances. Guys like Cosgrove, Alec Jacob, Stephen Kolek, Sean Reynolds, Johnny Brito, plus what they got out of Matt Waldron and Ramon Vasquez. But Randy Vasquez, the problem I have is the imagery that as the Dodgers have done all this, the Padres give us a catcher hitting 119 and a utility outfielder hitting 103. That's not a good optic. That's not a good look. And virtually all the quality players are now off the board. Now, A.J. Preller, he's still got chips. But the problem is he has negotiated himself into such a tough corner by the length of contracts and the dollar value of contracts, he can't do other things. The only way he can improve this roster, aside from giving us Martin Maldonado and Nico Goodrum, his only signings, the only way he can improve this is by trading from the roster. And if you trade Dylan Cease, you weaken that rotation. If you treat Luis Arraez, that's the National League hitting champion. You're weak in your batting order. I don't care who you get back in return. It won't be the same as an established quality guy. That's a terrible headline, but it's true. Dodgers win, Padres lose again. And John Riley says,
that's a heavy dose of reality right there. Yeah. I mean, yeah, the Dodgers won. Are you surprised? I'm not surprised. I mean, we knew the Dodgers had money. We knew they were going to go after these players. The Dodgers have a completely different revenue stream, financial model than every other baseball team in Major League. But as a guy that was raised a Giants fan and now is a Padre fan, I enjoy the rivalry. It's fun. But I'm like, okay, whatever. I mean, they're going to spend whatever they're going to spend. And I'll tell you what, it's like when you knock down the arrogant rich kid or the bully on the schoolyard playground, then it feels good. And that's what it's going to feel like whenever there are those rare chances that the Dodgers can get knocked down a peg. So
but you're not pulling the David versus Goliath card on me, are you?
Well, it's exactly right. That's exactly what this is. I mean, it's not just David versus Goliath. It's like He-Man, master of the universe, against just a regular Joe. So, yeah, I'm not surprised. The Dodger fans are dancing peacocks. They said all along, oh, Padre fans, you're not going to get Roki Sasaki. We're going to get him. Everyone wants to go Dodger blue, and they were right. And that's the kick in the face of reality.
Okay, so if you're a Padre fan, or just I want you to message everybody that's in your address book right now. Tell them we're on the air on YouTube. But if you're a Padre fan, I want you to jump into the Fans Forum chat box and get ready to respond to that brutal headline, as realistic as it is. And if you're a Dodger fan, I don't know what our penetration is in the LA and Orange County market. Send that message out that Hacksaw's on his podcast talking Dodgers, Padres, and Hacksaw, when he's done, wants you to join us in the Fans Forum chat box. I'm not begging. I'm demanding that you participate in this really popular podcast. Padre fans, Dodger fans, that's your challenge right now in the next half hour or so. Jump on board.